Sairam, every brother and sister, elders and young ones. Normally we start our program on Thursdays with a bhajan, and then we go on to talks. But today we have a very special speaker, and we have very little times given to us. So for the limited time, we are trying to maximize the availability of our special guests today. So we thought I would like to start with the program. So today we thank you all for coming earlier than our regular schedule, especially that it's a weekday and it's a little bit far away for most of the people to travel, but everybody has made the effort. So we thank especially the speaker and Arjun Bhai, who has been kind enough to bring him all the way here. So I would like to introduce, we don't need to introduce him, he is well known to all of us, and I'll make it very, very brief about him. So our speaker, or actually more, is a question and answer session so we're going to have today. But we will have a little bit of talk also, and that will be our Professor A.J. Bhagia sir. So welcome all for Bhagia sir and Srimati Bhagia to the center. So just a brief introduction. Bhagia sir, as we all know him and call him, is a chemical engineer by profession. He has worked in India, Holland, Bahrain, UK, in multinational companies, and Bhagwan had called him to Perthi in 1986, and we all know many occasions we heard him talk about his life experiences. He was one of the first faculty to have been blessed by Bhagwan to begin the management school. He has taught almost all batches of MBA students in operations research and quantitative methods for over 3 decades. While this is his academic background, so far, by far, his biggest contribution has been his spiritual guidance to all the students, whether they are in the campus or out of the campus like us, in various spiritual matters. He has been an inspiration for students and devotees, besides serving the Sathya Institute hostel boys by prescribing homeopathic medicines. Bhagia sir was very close to Bhagwan at a physical level for many decades, and as I had many spiritual interactions with Bhagwan, and which is what we would like to share today and take as much out of that experience as he had in the time frame we have today. I would also have the pleasure of introducing another person who is equally special and who I am told rarely speaks on forums like this, and we have been very blessed to have her today as well. That will be Srimati Rachna Bhagia, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for coming also. Just a brief history is that she, by background, is a computer science graduate from many years ago, and she has been a beacon in many ways for Bhagia sir to introducing to Swami right from her childhood. We also heard in the recent retreat how Bhagia sir met her in in his words, and I'm not saying my words, in his words, war footing before he could go to Holland, so he found her. And with that, we are also blessed to have them. So with these words, and we can talk a lot more about him, but it's not about that today. Today is really to focus on their question and answer sessions for us. So I'd like to have Bhagia sir come by and give us a brief talk, like a catalyst, like, in the scooters in India, we have a starter, right? So it's like a starter. So we like to have Bhagia sir do it, and then we can do the question and answer sessions with them. Sairam sir.
With pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet, co-travelers on path of divinity, all young and elders, I'm so delighted to see almost you forget whether you're here or Prashanti Nilayam. It's such a nice setup you have made. Thank you for a wonderful introduction. I don't know where to start with. I suggested to him that I just give a little bit of input, some interactions with Bhagwan. Then, as more and more people are here, we can engage in interactions which will fulfill specific requirement of the individuals in the group. Okay? I noted down a few points. I don't know, it occurred to me from the viewpoint of the devotees and the onlookers. Swami carries so many letters. Why not we give a letter to Swami? And it's so good. Once you give a letter to Swami, all your tensions are over. That Swami will take care. One day it so happened, Swami's both the hands were full with the letters. And I was smiling that people kept on still giving more and more. So much so, even when he is not able to receive with the hand, especially in Portico, some senior devotees, they would just put one more, insert one more letter in the bunch of letters Swami is carrying. Then Swami smiled at me and said, what are these letters for? I just kept quiet. All desires, demands, and giving me advices. Swami, you should do this. You shouldn't have done that. All these things, they think that they are wiser than me. So I was smiling. All these letters are answered with my one rule, law of karma. Whatever good they have done, they will receive. If they are not done, they will have to wait. But, now here is very important input. Accepting few, those who are written for their personal and spiritual growth, those letters I read personally. And other one, those who write, please tell me distance-wise, is it okay? Acoustic, yeah? Who have written selflessly for the benefit of the society, those are the letters I read and respond faster. Okay? Now, in such a scenario, when Swami used to be very frank and open, in mid-90s, 94, 95, Swami organized only for the students and teachers, Purnachandra session. Swami was walking around and he had reduced his body weight, those who are have seen him, it became very, in body, weight, lean. So some senior professors, Swami had given them liberty. So one professor commented that, or rather prayed to Swami, Swami, you are not taking proper food, even little bit what you used to eat, that also you have stopped. Kindly take, we need to see you very proper fit. So before even Swami gave the answer, another professor said to continue that thread, that no, nowadays Swami doesn't take sustenance from 5 elements. He takes directly. Rather, moment he said so, then Swami reflected, hey, 5 elements take sustenance from me. It was a revelation. Then Swami came to me and he said, Bhagia, how do I look to you? Have I become thin? I said, no, Swami. Have I become fat? No, Swami. Then what? Then what? Swami, you are constant. He said, yes. He patted me. He was very happy. But few steps he went further and then he said, I am constant integrated awareness, sir. So it's not just simply constant. It reveals again so much about him. So in that session, few stories Bhagwan was narrating about devotees. When they prayed to me from the bottom of their heart, then I respond immediately. He gave an example of Draupadi. He said, see, Bhishma Pitamaha, he had taken a vow in Mahabharata. Swami was narrating those episodes, that by next day morning, all Pandavas will be finished. Now, Draupadi had nothing else but to pray to Bhagwan. Swami appeared over there, Krishna appeared over there. Swami had narrated this. And as Krishna is, so he said, Draupadi, do one thing, whatever I tell you, you follow me. He took the promise and took her. He said, first, you remove your sandals, slippers. He put it under his arm and took her to the tent. In the evening, it was a little getting dark, so he told her, go and enter into the tent of Bhishma and cover your head before going there with sari, gungat. Go and fall at his feet. So she followed it. In fact, she was feeling very odd. The Lord, how can I give you my sandals and you are carrying and I have to go? I told you, do what I tell you. So she went there and fell at his feet out of goodness. He said, Sumangli. Then she looked at him, Sumangli, you have decided to, meaning this was non-verbal communication, that you have decided to finish my husband's by tomorrow morning and you are telling me Sumangli? Mind you, he had a boon given that whatever comes out from his mouth, it will come true. Now, he had already said that by tomorrow morning, Pandavas will be over. There, he was a little taken aback. There comes Lord Krishna. Moment he entered, Bhishma looked at him. He said, oh, Krishna, this is your play. He saw what Krishna was doing. And then he took his words back. How I know? I don't know. I asked Swami. Swami, he was given a boon. that whatever he says, it will happen. So how come he couldn't complete the task of finishing Pandavas? He said, the new statement which he made, he wiped or erased the earlier one. Then he said, no, I'm taking my words back. That means, oh Lord, it is your master plan. How can I do anything against that? Okay. Then Draupadi was saved. So Swami was narrating that. Then I said, Swamiji, he was insisting again, Swami, 2-3 such episodes he gave from Puranas and all, that Swamiji, you are right that even for sake of one devotee, you can change your master plan. Perfect. But to have such a devotee in front of you at that time, who would pray contrary to your master plan, is it also not part of your master plan? As if divine secrets were to be let out. And there he said in Hindi, "Wo bhi mera nirnay hai." Means that is also my decision. Now he wanted to give that nothing is in our hands. We are just puppets. And we think that we are the doers. Till we think that we are the doers, it is our duty to pray to Him. Moment you realize that everything is preset and just it's a divine drama, play of 5 elements, then the wise person will keep his mouth shut and witness the drama as it is without interfering, without disturbing his master plan. I think likewise I can go on, but since now good number of persons, you all have come, I would leave it open, because as rightly said in the beginning, that I would love to recall those interactions where you have something to ask. I have plenty of them. What 1 hour, even few hours, we can go on enjoying those. But today's session was specifically announced that interactive session. So if you permit me, sir, we will start that other part. I just filled up the gap till all of us are gathered here. Okay, we'll continue. Yeah.
So the first question, I would go in the order I was receiving. They say, we hear so much about golden age. What did Swami talk about golden age to you and to the students? Sairam.
Wonderful question. Swami has been talking quite early, and right from 60th birthday onwards we have been hearing. Swami said first on 70th birthday the plane will take off and nothing, believe me, nothing special, or where we can say that yes, significant, distinct in a short period we saw any changes, nothing. So some doctors asked Swami, Swamiji, you said this. He said, no, 75th birthday. And 75th birthday, that was very special even from the technology point of view, Y2K, the 2000 now. And there again, nothing significant happened. Then this I heard directly from Swami, that the plane which I am going to take off is filled with the devotees. And so many people are hanging on the windows and the door of the plane which I am going to take off. It's not just an ordinary plane, it's a spiritual plane with unlimited capacity, I would imagine. And he said, I'm going to give a jolt those who are scared, they will, first of all, outside people may fall off. And even those who want to go away from the plane, I will permit them to go out. After that, I'll take off. So this is a jolt. In other words, Swami said, I'm going to make everyone go through a test, very severe test. So many things kept happening. Swami once even said very openly that from now onwards, it will be on autopilot. Meaning, till now, we were hoping, or rather, we were witnessing, I would say, that Swami used to absorb all our negative karmas, consequences, protect us, and shield us, and allow us to progress spiritually. But he openly said that now onwards, whatever you do, you have to face the consequences as per the law of karma. And there, I think the other day also I gave this equation in the retreat. What I understood, gathered from the discussion, I hope you don't mind this way. One question I take, and I'll give you a lot of connected input from Bhagwan that will give you the clear picture rather than a technical question answer session. It doesn't serve purpose. You put a question, I give you next. It doesn't serve the purpose. Doesn't matter the number of questions, we will see how, and it so happened without even reading the question, it might have been already some more questions could be answered through this interactions, sessions. So the formula was, Swami said, see, if you do good, and I come and pat you, all your good deeds are paid off. Your bank balance, spiritual bank balance, doesn't increase or decrease. It becomes zero, additional zero. You do good, I ignore you, then your spiritual bank balance increases by 0.1. Score 1 plus 1. If you have done good, and I come and scold you for something bad you have done in the past, and you keep quiet, you understand, you go through it, then your spiritual bank balance will go up by 2 digits, 2 points. On the other side, if you do something wrong, and I come and scold you, your negative side bank balance doesn't change. But if you do wrong and I ignore you, then the consequence of that, your spiritual bank balance decreases by 1 unit. Similarly, if you do something wrong, and I may come and even praise you for something good you have done in the past, then your spiritual bank balance reduces by 2 units. Now, why I am telling you this equation, it's very valid in our life, but he put us on autopilot, which this is the equation we are put on, or operating goes on. Now, coming to the golden age, some people, they thought, oh, Swami changed the ceiling of Kulant Hall by putting gold plates and green color. It's for the prosperity and
We can hear it.
the goodness.
We can hear it.
So it has golden age. They were just joking. But what is golden age? We don't understand. That Swami once he had given the input where people can freely talk about what is going on inside. We deal everything with love, and we have no fear. We have no fear that we will be reported in a wrong way, or we'll have to face the consequences. So, supposing even the stealing of technology, leave aside the stealing of properties and money and that, no, just like Ramraj, it will continue like that. And here I want to tell you, which many of you will not know. In 2008, Swamiji had given a discourse in the Mudanhalli. At that time, it was one part of the Prashanti Nilayam campus. At the end of the discourse, in 2008, when Swami was pretending that he is bodily weak and he is not able to give a very loud or strong speeches, towards the end, when Swami's discourse was over, Aarti was over, very softly, Swami said, from now, listen, this is Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba telling you. Swami reminded the listeners, 18 years from now, you will see India. See, Swami is also powerfully. India will be the leader of whole world. A spiritual leader. India will be the engine. Rest all countries will be bogies attached to that engine. Not only in spiritual plane, even material plane. Everywhere you find India will be top. Now, mind you, what he said in 2008, are we not observing the symptoms of that? We are already 2024, and what he talked, that means till 2026, 8 plus 18, 26, we have to wait, and you will find the drastic changes. Everybody is respecting now. I have gone through in Holland when I went, both of us, 1979. At that time they were thinking, oh, India, some, the animals will be there and the snakes will be there on the road. And hey, you two people are quite refined, quite educated. They didn't even know that India is so advanced. But now everybody is saluting. He can use anybody's instrument. I'm not going to the politics or good or bad of the individuals, but it is progressing. And people may take a sense of doership. I did it, I do this, because of me, because of my technology, because of my hard work. Arey, who gave you the understanding? It's just because Lord made this statement, it has to happen. Whole universe will reorient to fulfill His word. I have a direct personal experiences. I hope it covers the answer to the question. Yeah.
So the next question, Mahesh.
Yes, sir.
The next question is for Madam.
Yeah.
So we have heard so much about Bhagia's experience with Swami and how he came into Swami's orbit. We like to hear a little bit about you. That's one of the questions, about how you came into Swami's orbit and any particular experience you can remember and share with us today. I know it's a very difficult question because you have a lot of experiences, but we just want to hear one and also how you start. Sairam.
Loving salutations at the lotus feet of the Lord, the love and the light of my life, my Swami. Sairam to all of you.
Sairam.
Sairam.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family that was already Sai devotees. When, as a child, I was about 5 years or so, when Swami Gujarat, in the early 60s or mid 60s, in the 63, 64, or 65, Swami had been to Navsari and Jamnagar and things like that. That time my father and my uncle were the part of the little group that received him at Dr. C.G. Patel. They were new at that time. My parents were newly involved in it. And they were there to receive Bhagwan. And my father has always been a Krishna Bhakta. He used to love to read the Gita. And he did his doctorate over here in the US in between 60 and 63. He completed. So as a child also I've lived here in the USA, in America. So he used to always say, when he saw Swami, he said, I found my Krishna. This is my Sai Krishna, he used to say. So I grew up in the Sai family like this. And one of the days when there was a family who lived nearby our house, and they were Sai devotees, and a lot of vibhuti and kumkum used to come from their house. So we as little children, and my father and all of us, we would go in the night after dinner for a walk. And so my dad said, we'll go for a walk to their house and offer pranam and come. And then it was around 9ish or so, and my dad said, oh, I should have got something to offer to that, to the deity, to my Lord Swami. And a lady came carrying lotus flowers. Now in the night, lotus flowers, very unusual. But Daddy happily bought 2 flowers, and he said, I'm going to offer this to my Swami on the shrine there. When we went there, the door was locked. They were out. Perhaps they'd gone visiting somewhere. So my father felt very sad, and he kept it on the windowsill, facing the shrine from outside, and offered pranams. And we came back home. A few days later, when we went again, we knocked at the door. They were home. And my dad said, Mataji, we had kept flowers here, 2 flowers at your windowsill. And she was like, oh, is that you? So we said, yes, what happened? She said, that night, Bhagwan came to her dream and said, my devotee had come. He's put lotus flowers outside on the windowsill. Get up, go and get them, and bring them for me over here. So my father was so thrilled to hear this, very, very happy to hear this. So that's how we got more drawn to Swami. And my mother also had lovely experiences with Swami. We were, like, she's been a Guru Granth Sahib. We believe in the Guru Granth Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev, and we do the Sindhi part, like how they do. So, and always they used to lick the japa like we have here, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. My mother used to write Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, And Sindhis do a langar. They do a langar wherein they feed. And here we have Narayan Seva. There were many similarities in the Guru Nanak's path as well as Sai Baba's path. So my mother was also very drawn to it. So one day she had a dream of Swami's wherein Swami told her, I will visit your house at 11 in the morning. 11, but Mama had work that morning. So she had to finish that. So she went and she'd hurry up and come back. So when she came back, it was 10 minutes past 11. And we were little children. She said, did somebody come? Did somebody come home? And we said, no, Mama, it was around Diwali time. And Bharwani uncle had sent sent somebody with a box of Nutties chocolates. And so we put it on the shrine like we do everything. Any gift that comes, we first offer it to Swami. So Mama said, okay, doesn't mind, we kept it. In a little while, we get a phone call from Bharwani uncle. He says, Amma, my mother's name is Pushpa, and I was, Pushpa, I made a mistake. I sent you the wrong box. The Nutties chocolate I'm sending you now, what is there in the box is filled with Swami's pictures. So we were very thrilled, and Mama said Swami did come to my house. That man came and delivered the whole box of Swami's pictures to us. And of course, we had the joy of distributing it. So likewise, many things happened. I grew up in the Swami's fold. How we got married also is a lovely story about when this proposal came by. We had just 3 weeks to decide, and my mother was very worried. How are we going to take a decision? And Swami again appeared to her in a dream and said, 9th April is the date on the check. He gave her a check because she said, how do I get the resources from in such a short time? He had to go abroad. I don't know if you've heard the story about how he had to go abroad and he had to get married quickly. So she said, how does she gather all the stuff? Getting an Indian marriage is not a small job. So 9th April was the date written on the check, and a tidy sum of amount was written there. So Mom said, Swami, but how? And Swami was giving her the check and says, use this. So Mom was afraid and said, Swami, how do I repay you? And Swami said, pay me in easy installments. So, well, the wedding did take place because the Maharaji, the priest said, yes, you have to choose 2 dates, 9th or 12th. And Mommy immediately said 9th. Mommy and Papa immediately said 9th because that was the date on the check. And at the end of it, she also, when they checked, how much was the total expense during the wedding, and the rush thing, it happened to be the same amount that Bhagwan had written on the check. That was that. And also when he had troubles when he was in London, he couldn't get a good, buyers, and he was almost frustrated and he wanted to get back. My mother again prayed to Swami, and Swami, please, she called him by the first name, Harpal ke liye kuch kijiye Bhagwan. And Swami looked at her and said, mujhe uska horoscope de do. Now he doesn't have a horoscope because we didn't match horoscopes. We just went by whatever Swami's will. So she still looked at Swami, mere paas uska horoscope nahi hai. Then Swami said, acha. And he waited for a while and he said, acha, main London gaya, main uska horoscope change karke aaya. Tum chinta mat karo. And Mama said, but Swami, आप तो इधर ही खड़े थे. नहीं, मैं लंदन गया. He said, मैं लंदन गया, उसका horoscope change करके आया. So we were quiet, and you know the story about how Swami appeared to him in London.
London, yeah.
And when Bhagwan said, मैं London गया, we didn't understand. मैं London गया means what? But now we know Swami actually London गए थे that time. And horoscope change किया because we do not know where we would have landed somewhere had he been successful in his business over there. But instead, Bhagwan changed the horoscope and he brought us to his lotus feet and made him a professor in the newly opened MBA faculty. So these are a few experiences.
Beautiful. Thank you.
That is how we came to Swami.
Sure.
And during our stay with Bhagwan also, there have been many, many, many beautiful chances. I've never worked officially as such with in any of the Sai organizations, but when I asked Swami, what sadhana should I be doing? Because Swami always instructs people, know what to do. And he says, you're doing so much work in the house. You have so many guests and visitors. You are looking after their family. That is enough for you. You must remember that when you're rolling the chapatis, remember you're expanding your heart, filling it up with so much love for people, the people you are feeding and even others. And when you have to cut vegetables, remember you're cutting off all your negative qualities, all the ego and all the nastiness that can sometimes sprout into your heart. And when you're sweeping the floor, you must remember you're cleaning up your heart. Sweep like that. Make every act of yours as an offering to me, he said. That is sufficient. And then he also set an ideal example. It is not that I have a boss whom I'm working for because I'm not part of any organization. I'm directly accountable to my Swami because he's told me to, you just set an ideal example in whatever you do. And setting an ideal example, I think, is really, very challenging because you have to be always aware of your thoughts, your words, interactions, and the way you present yourself. So I try to do my best because I know I'm accountable to my Swami and that he's watching me and everything. So I always pray, Swami, in my thought, word, and action, may I be pleasing to you always, Lord. You want me to say something more?
Yes.
Please tell us about that.
Which one?
Your wedding.
How?
About our wedding?
Yeah.
How would we?
No.
Oh,
Didn't want
Yeah.
to get married.
Oh, he didn't want to get married. For me, I just obeyed my parents. He have to listen to him. That's his story.
oh, I think I've shared this in a retreat, but okay, doesn't
Yeah.
matter, in a smaller group. On a lighter note, please don't take me in any other way. I was given a challenge from my office that before we send you abroad on an additional promotion and to learn technology from Holland, because company where I was working was a collaboration with Royal Dutch Shell Group, and they sent me, or there was a proposal that they are sending me, the managing director told me. And also in my house, my mother used to say that get married. I said, no, let my younger sister get married first. And but you are elder. I said, I don't know what type of partner I'll get. Supposing unnecessarily there will be problems in the family, then no, let sister get married. So that happened. No, pressure was house, home, that I should get married, and which was I could tolerate or ignore. But when the pressure came as a challenge, that if you want a promotion, if you want assignment abroad, you get married and go. Because bosses said that in the past they had sent few people. they had gone single and came back double, which was not appreciated in those years. And he said, we want you to get married, go double. If you come triple, we'll be very happy. So that was a challenge, and he said it was 24th of December, eve of Christmas, which he gave me the gift, my boss. And he said, before March, by March or latest by April, you have to get married. That's why I had very, hurried or war-footing approach to how to find a suitable match. I was very choosy, so I took a lot of interviews just to create fun. 81 proposals I evaluated, and that too enacting my own elder brother or enacting my father over phone. Those days there was no video call or anything, so I'll pick up and assess them. Yes, it is worth evaluating further or ignore. and personal interviews, 25. All rejected. Then 25 personal interviews, 81 interviews over phone. Because then finally, wherever I went, I used to be with my elder brother's wife, Bhabiji, and she was so fed up, and my elder sister, so they were fed up. So what do you want? You tell me. My sister-in-law said, see, brother, if you have some girl in your mind, you tell me, I will see that you are okay with that. I'll convince the parents. I said, no, Bhabiji, aisa nahi hai. When something clicks, I'll tell you. So, not out of 81 interviews, not out of 25 personal interviews, just a proposal came from office that they came to know that I'm going abroad. And in her father's college, he was the director of Teachers Training College. So one lady, her husband was working in the same company where I was working. So she told her husband that this wonderful boy, he wants to marry, and your please, my principal's daughter is there. Can we go ahead with that? So the husband working with me, wife as a student of her father, somehow the proposal was worth evaluating. So we met on a particular day. Then with the first look, I told my Bhabiji, my sister-in-law, Bhabiji, you can go ahead. From my side, it is okay. She said, what happened? Ghanti baji. I said, Ghanti nahi baja. Ghanta baja. Now, it is really a joke. Even now, I consider that how it happened. Later on, after coming to Parthi, there was one lady from Australia who could read everything about past, present, and even future. She would say something about future. So on certain, not out of curiosity, somebody had taken me there, so I went there. She told me, this is 7th time you people are getting married. And I told her that, with the one side, she said, how it will not be? Form may be different, but your souls are connected. And something very personal, she said, this is your last time together. Don't worry. You don't have to repeat the process again. So, although it appears joke, and again, if you connect it, whatever happens, it is His will. We are simply puppets. We think that I took a decision, I took interview, and people laughed at me. No. It was all. Before even I could say yes, Swami had already indicated to her mother that what will be the proposal and all these things. So when you connect the dots, you realize very important output comes out from these things, that yes, we use our whatever intellect and the talents He has given, put your efforts to the best of your capability, then leave the rest to Him. He will do whatever He wishes. Then we'll not get hurt. I'm just taking little diversion. That is the way it is important. Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna has said that you have a right over action, not the fruits thereof. Whatever comes, take it as a prasadam. But you can't say, I'll sit down, and if you have that guts to sit, yeah, somebody will come and bring you some food sometime, even scolding or sometime, whatever, then take that also as his prasadam. Okay, I think we divert a little bit. Yes, thank you for, I don't get tired of repeating this because I feel that, yes, how Swami has been guiding me without my knowledge. Yes, sir.
So I'm looking at the number of questions we have. It looks like we at least need 6 hours.
Sorry.
So I'm going to... many of
you's
answers we may not be able to ask this time, but please forgive me. So there are a couple of questions. I'm going to combine them. One is a little bit on the spiritual side. One is on the more fascinating side. I'm going to combine, you can tell me which one you want to say.
Anything.
So the first one is, Swami says we enjoy the pleasures of life as well as pains and sufferings due to our karma. He also says he has the power to wipe out any karma. Did he tell you when he uses these powers to wipe out karma of people and when he doesn't, and what criteria he uses? So that's one question.
Can I? This is a short one.
Yeah.
It'll be a short answer.
Sure.
See, that's true. We carry our backlog of karma, vasanas, or whatever you say. But when we put our best, first of all, you put your best. In whatever way, resources you have, understanding, contacts, you do your best, then only he will do the rest. If I take rest, he may not do his best. So first I have to do my best. And when I realize that it's beyond my control or capacity, then I pray to him. Pray. You don't have to go and sit in the shrine and all. Oh Lord, please help me. Before I say, Lord, please help me, have I left any stone unturned? That we have to do. Then in that case, he will intervene. Just one small example, then we switch over to the next question. Few boys, I'll briefly tell, few boys after prasadam distribution, the empty vessels of the prasadam, they will take it back to the Swami's entry room, and everybody would, all students would be very eager to be selected by Swami to distribute prasadam. After prasadam distribution, it used to be mini interview for the boys, and Swami will give them prasadam with his own hands, and some people, they may say, Swami, my mother, problem, this, that. Swami may create even vibhuti or give them some guidance. So one such occasion, 5 boys went in. 4 boys, Swami finished interview with them, 4 boys came out. 1 boy refused to come out from the interview room. Then I was quite at a distance where I could see and understand. Boy was telling Swami, please Swami, I have to speak to you. Then Swami took him inside. And boys are very frank with me till today. Still, Lord gives me an opportunity to interact with the students. And Sanjay is sitting here, one of them, very, very frank. The students are with me, MBA students. I have been dealing more with MBA boys. So, boy told Swami that, Swami, I have committed a lot of sins. I want your forgiveness. He was crying. Swami, out of compassion, he told him, past is past, forget the past. And Swami, yes, you want to repent. The best repentance is, don't repeat. Okay? Then boy said, Swami, you made my slate absolutely clean in just one instance. He said, yes, I can cancel all your sins excepting one. Please be careful. What sin, Swami, you wouldn't like to cancel? If I give you instruction, which is followed, which is understood by you very clearly, and you don't implement the consequences of disobedience, nobody can remove. You have to go through it. So, coming back to the answer for this question, that best is that we have a discrimination, use our fundamental discrimination. When we say that I have committed wrong, that means I am higher than my mind. I am able to assess. Even the person who does the wrong things or the worst thing in the society, he knows what he is doing is not right. Unfortunately, he doesn't listen to his conscience, doesn't put into practice. So, best is listening to the conscience, using the fundamental discrimination, we avoid wrong. And if at all mistakes have been done or in the past something has happened, then sincerely, from the pure heart, we pray to him. He is definitely here to take away all our karma. There are some many stories. I don't know, depending upon number of questions.
You can please go ahead.
Huh?
You can never complete the question, so you can go ahead.
You should
Please
tell
go ahead.
another story about cancellation of karma. There was one in a darshan time, very tall, huge, beard man sitting, and from appearance itself, it appeared that he was not leading a normal life. Maybe very big dada. So they were sitting in the darshan ground. This gentleman was seated. He was very eager to give letter to Bhagwan. Swami came, took a letter, very fat envelope. Swami took it, and he was very happy. Okay. Few steps further, that letter, Swami gave it to one poor sadhu. He was not even properly dressed with fresh clothes. So he gave it to sadhu. And then darshan was over. Swami went with the interviewees, and all the devotees are supposed to come out of the Kulant hall. As soon as he was coming out, the sadhu, this huge man caught him. Hey, give me my letter back, envelope back. He said, Swami has given me. Then, no, this is my letter. I have written to Swami. I don't know. Swami has given it to me. So he started fighting in the darshan ground itself. And mind you, huge person and very poor guy, he's not able to even understand. So both of them, Sevadal say, hey, get out, go out from darshan ground. So they went out. And I was observing, what is this? What Swami played a drama? Now, they were fighting so bitterly, the dacoit, that he said, you have no right to. He said, I have not taken what you have written. Swami has given me envelope. He said, no, it is mine. They were snatching. Another elderly Sevadal, he looked at them. He said, hey, don't make noise. What's your problem? Then he narrated my letter, this, that. And Sadhu says, no, sorry, Swami has given it to me. Very wise man, he told dacoit, see, why you want this back? He said, you people do not know, I am a murderer, this, that, and I had written all, whatever sins I have committed. I wrote and told Swami, Swami, if you take this letter, from this moment onwards, I'll have a new life and I will change totally. And Swami has taken the letter. Why should anybody else read this? Very correct. And to Sadhu, he asked, hey, why do you want this man? Now you know what he has written. He said, but Swami touched this envelope and gave it to me. Oh, you want envelope? You take envelope and give the contents to him. Fortunately, both of them agreed. So the letter was brought out, given to the person, and moment it was given, he wanted to see that no page is left in the envelope. Moment he saw all the pages blank, he started howling, Swami, Swami, Swami. What happened to you? Swami, you cancel all my karma. Now, this sadhu, seeing this, he was perplexed, and he saw still some paper was there in the envelope. He told, hey, there's something more in this. Please take it, please take it. I don't want anything. Remove. You remove yourself. Then he put his hand. Notes. 100 rupees notes, several notes came out. Then the dacoit said, no, I have not put any money in it. Oh, this, I have not put. So the Sevadal told Sadhu that, hey, this money is for you. Now, he started crying. Arey bhai, what happened to you? He said, I have been waiting here for several days. I don't have money to buy a ticket and go to my village. I'm hardly managing. And today, after today, I don't have money even to go to our South Indian canteen and eat my food. And Swami gives me so much of money. So he started crying out of joyous blessings. This is how he cancels karma. Sincerely, even the dacoit, he prayed instantaneously. It's a proof. Instantaneously. Is all, whatever he wrote, is all cleaned. I think that's enough. Please.
Actually, 3 of the questions were already answered.
Very good. Thank
which
you.
makes it easier. So I have 2 questions. One is a little interesting. It's not spiritual, but more to do experience. So the question is, we have heard so many times students and other people say that they have slept in the same room as Swami. Have you had that privilege? And if you did, what was your experience? And have you had some experience like, Sri Raja Reddy Garu seeing Devas in the night, like that? Did you have any such experiences? So that's a question.
I have not slept in the same room, but in Kodaikanal, in the next room, Swamiji was there, and we were all seated whole day and evenings and nights. So that is the first part of the question. But talking about the experiences of sitting up, what you feel, it is my first experience, even the first interview, when Swamiji on 9th of September 1986, when we went there, and in a small interview room, Swami would switch on the fan himself, and when we leave, he will switch off to demonstrate to us that don't waste power. Okay? So when I was sitting near the wall, the switches are on the top, so I wanted, Swami say, hey, you sit down. Swami came. When he came closer to me, my gosh, huge Swami. So much energy that is very difficult to withstand. So that is the experience directly. But before that also, 1982, we had gone with a small, tiny girl of ours. It was Dashera time, to be very precise, 27th of October 1982. So we had gone to Tirupati for shaving my daughter's head. My mother had told me. And there she said, having come here, can we go to Puttaparthi? Because I had told her that I am not interested in your Sai Baba. Don't tell me to come or join you. So, but she said, having come here just a few hours away, can we have darshan of Puttaparthi? A very legitimate demand. So we came there. It was very crowded, no facilities, not even 1% of the facilities which we experience now. So she said that the child I will take care, because she developed diarrhea in a crowd and water did not suit her. And she told me, you go for darshan. I have already had come earlier to Puttaparthi. So you go. I will take care of the child. Fine. I came, sat, and I didn't know about system, token system and all. I got a seat 4th from the front row. And Swamiji finished darshan on the ladies' side, was standing in between the ladies and gents. There was used to be Ganesha in the circle. So Swami was talking to some gentleman, giving the instructions for days. I didn't know at that time who all, very hefty man. So I looked at the Swami, something triggered in me. I don't know what. I got up from 4th or 5th row like a prince. Those days there were no Sevadal or security or anything. I'm talking 1982. So I went and put my head on Swami's feet. Swami was giving instruction to another person, office bearer. So I put my head. Moment I touched Swami, I don't know where I was transported. And no awareness of body or mandir or Swami, nothing. I don't know what happened. Calling it the current is very cheap word, vibration. I don't know what happened. So can't describe. Only thing I remember that somebody patted me and got up with a full conviction. Sai Baba is God. Good that I did not shout, but it was all internal, not show off, full conviction. I went and sat back, and then I looked at Swamiji, thank you very much. Please, you're taking me out from Maya. Please don't trap me again. So that was my experience with Sai Baba, with the darshan, and in Kodaikanal we used to be there. And so much so, it is all His grace. Nobody can take liberty. He decides. All of us, if I call myself, including myself, as characters, the avatar brings all the characters with him. So He has assigned the individual specific role to each one of us. I, after that, never ever any fear or distance. He is me, I am Him. He is here. He is Antaryami. He knows each and everything, my thoughts. Even the thoughts may come later, but He knows my tendencies. So I have no hesitation whenever I used to ask any questions or anything. Instead of trying to find out from A, B, C, therefore I have not read many books. I have not listened to many saints and sages, even now also. Everything. When I got my true Bhagwan, Avatar, Swamiji, God, I don't need to go to any other, not undermining or putting them down. Original when I have got, why should I go to the duplicates?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
So I have another question for you, then the next one to ma'am. So first the question for you is, many of us who were living during the physical presence of Swami had the benefit of seeing him and interacting with him, which was a great motivation for following his teachings. How do we continue to motivate the new generation who do not have that benefit?
Very good question, very pertinent. Way back in late 80s, after Swami allowed me to join MBA department, some of the students had this type of feeling that obviously they are just a newcomer coming from different family background. So they won't take Swami's guidelines so seriously. Okay, some college has no fees, free, and some Swamiji is there, he is guiding us, but they may not be serious. I used to find very odd, meaning I feel for the students they are wasting their time. And then one such interactions in Trai, I said, Swamiji, I want to ask you, when the boys, these youngsters, they don't understand that they are also with Bhagwan, Avatar. They are wasting their time. How to make them understand, Swami? So, with the full Josh, because I love my students, and out of love, when I felt that I am not able to convey or convince them so deeply, let me seek help from Bhagwan. Then Swami nicely pricked my, I won't say ego, but personality. He said, hey, when you were of their age, what were you? I never used to believe in God. God as a Shakti, as a power, yes, but not God as a form. Even so much so, my elder sister used to read Bhagavad Gita, Parayana, to my mother, and they would talk about Krishna, and occasionally I used to listen. And once I remember, she told my mother that Krishna says, I am the best hero, I am the best enemy, I am the best friend, best, and in birds I am the best, this bird, in animals I am this is best. I said, what type of egoistic person he is here? Sab best wohi hai, and we are all fools. So that means I didn't have proper concept that there could be a God. So I never understood that a form can be associated. Later on, of course, Avatar is now coming to this answer to the question. Then by telling me that what were you, it didn't give me the answer how to deal with these students. And then I said, Swamiji, I have wasted my life at that time. Nobody was there to guide me. But at least I feel out of love and compassion that they should spend every moment with awareness that they are with Avatar, they are with Bhagwan. Then Swami said, see, don't tell them that Sai Baba is God. I was surprised. He said, you tell them Sai Baba as an entity, as a human being, he does so many selfless activities. Top to toe, I'm selfless. All these activities are in front of them. They can see. When such a selfless person, his whole life, every moment is for others. When such a person is giving some guidelines, some instruction, some suggestion, is it not our duty to listen and put into practice? Because whatever he does is for my good. He doesn't want anything from anyone. So why not even the instructions which he is giving, let me try and see what happens. That way, when they come, observe, gradually they will realize such a selfless person cannot be other than God. No human being on earth can be equivalent to Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. So that's a way, he said. Now coming to some students said, sir, you had experiences, interactions and all. We never had. How do we believe that whatever you're telling is right? Or how we are so unlucky, you are lucky. I said, who told you that you are unlucky? What's the guarantee that you were not there in your previous birth with Swami? And you said that you want to come and have a taste how to be a student in Swami's college. So Swami has fulfilled your desire and you are here, which is literally true. One of the vice chancellors, Mr. Sampat Kumar, I think somebody would know here. Sampat Kumar, he was very innocent, very pure-hearted. He was made vice chancellor of this university. After some incidents which were shocking in the ashram, they were more of our test. Then he was there, one or two other professors and me, we were walking together with Swami from one point to another point in Vrindavan. So he had the freedom to ask Swamiji, Swamiji, such severe things happen in the ashram, and I was really shaken up. He said, what? When I sneeze, your nose goes away. When I cough, what will happen? More severe tests are going to come. So he said, Swamiji, Swami is Antaryami. He said, what do you want? Swami, I have one request, one small desire. Can you fulfill it? Tell me right now. The Swami, in my next birth, I want to come back and be a student here. So how do we know?
Yeah.
All of you. You had those who have not had physical darshan now, or even very few. How do you know that you were very close to him, you were praying to him that we want to come back? So in spite of the fact that you don't get the physical darshan day in, day out, but you are attached to him. Because true proximity with Bhagwan is to translate his guidelines, his upadesh into action, spending every moment of my life to convert his instructions into actions in my life. Otherwise, smelling the same air, breathing the same air, eating the same food, sharing the same shelter means nothing. If you make use of it, yes. Otherwise, so many people outside, inside Prashanti Nilayam, but away, they have been there for decades. There are so many machines and equipment, podiums and mics and all, no change in them. So the ball is in our court. The true proximity is live his teachings every day, every moment in every letter and spirit of his quotations, his teachings. Okay.
So the next question is for Madam.
Yeah.
You've been in Prashanti for so many decades, and you've been with Swami in his physical presence. And then on April 24th of that year, when we lost Swami in his physical form, first of all, how did you feel about that? And how do you since then cope with it? And do you also have the feeling that Swami is physically not there? Does it make any difference for you? So this is a question.
Sairam. So on April 24th, when we actually heard the news, I was away with my mother. She was very unwell and she needed a surgery. She got better, but we could hear everything in the news. So that very day on April 24th, my daughter and I flew back from Baroda to Prashanti Nilayam. Things were in a very chaotic situation at that time. The roads and all were blocked and things like that. And but somehow we managed to reach home late in the night. The next day there was a huge queue to see Swami. So when we went there, first of all, it's a state of shock. There is too much going on, too much happening. It's very hard to accept and digest all these things. And the hurt is also tremendous, because we lived continuously in that presence for so long, and every time we'd look up to Bhagwan for everything. But whatever, he gave us a house to live in, he gave him a job, he gave my daughter admission in school, everything was just him in our life. So for us it came to be like a big shock, because I was away for almost 3 weeks before all this drama was happening. I was away with my mum, since she was also unwell. So by and by these things came by, and slowly we had to accept it. So we would go to the darshan, feel the absence, maybe shed a tear or two, but no, he is always there with us. And then his words, all his discourses, that would come to our mind, and we'd get the confidence that no, he is there, he is looking after us, and things that he had promised earlier also about looking after us in every way, getting the little girl of mine married, seeing so many things happening. Somewhere we got the confidence, yes, he is there. The physical eyes do seem to miss the physical form, but we still continue to go and attend every program, are there always, all the time, have never taken it easy or slack that now the physical form is not there and let me take it lightly. No, for me, my Parthi is my home, my Prashanti Nilayam is my everything. And I still always pray, Lord, let me lead every moment of my life as sincere expression of firm faith and true love for you. We continue with that, and I pray that he gives us the strength to do so. For me, I know my Swami. I always say, I found my God in my Satya Sai Baba.
Wonderful.
That's the way I look at it.
So the next question, sir, is how do I remember Swami at the last moment of my life? That's a question.
Swami gives a lot of interesting stories. That one gentleman, he put names of his children, Rama, Krishna, Govinda and all. And the last moment when he called them, and all children were here, near him, and he said, hey, all of you are here, who's running the shop, my shop? So, and then he gave the bread the last. So that doesn't work. Tricks with Swami doesn't work. Okay, coming a little now, more question is very valid, very interesting, very useful, and I have put directly this question to him, and the answer he gave me. I will narrate. Several times I have repeated. It's worth repeating n number of times. More than telling others is a reminder to myself. Once in one of the interview, I told Swamiji that Swamiji, when you are physically very close to us, very easy to remember you're omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. But when your physical form is away, or when we are away, then many times I forget. So why do I forget, Swami? My thoughts should be very powerful. Then again, Swami would try that how serious I am. So Swami said, you see, Vashishta and Vishwamitra, they also forgot that Rama is avatar. They considered him as a boy and used to give him training in mantras. You think that you are greater than them? He wanted to prick me, find out how serious I am. I said, Swamiji, I am not comparing myself with Vashishta and Vishwamitra. And I'm not talking about Lord Rama. I'm talking about my Lord Sai Rama. Please guide me. What do I do? He said, what can I do? You brought a lot of vasanas. I said, Swamiji, vasanas are there. I can't do anything now. I'm asking now, what do I do? There's no way for me now. Then, when you are very keen, then he said, see, Jaisa an, Vaisa man. Whatever food you take, that becomes gets converted into thought. Mind is nothing but bundle of thoughts. If you eat sattvic food, in general, whatever we eat, major component goes waste. The subtle part becomes gets converted into muscle and blood. The subtlest part gets converted into thoughts. There he said, Jaisa an vaisa man. So be careful, eat sattvic food. And sattvic food doesn't mean only eating curd rice, fruits and steamed vegetables. He said how the ingredients are procured. That is another dimension to the sattvicness. Meaning, with what money am I buying? How I have earned that money. Okay? Not only that, who cooks the food? Those thoughts will also go in the food. Who serves you the food? Under what environments you are eating the food? All these things will influence your thoughts. And he said, from the mouth, it is not important what you take in, what you bring out. Your speech should be sweet, soft, and to the point, truthful. Then he said, you think that food is only through mouth? Food through eyes. What you see is also food to the mind. What you listen, meaning bad thing, immediately you listen. Isn't it? So, that will influence your mind. So like that, I said, Swamiji, we need your grace. He said, my grace is there, but you are wasting your grace. My grace. Your vessel is very small, and that vessel itself has so many holes, drains, where my grace gets drained. Then I said, Swamiji, how to increase the capacity of my vessel? I thought it's a physical frame. No. He said, see, just watch. Throughout the day, how many people you meet? You shake hands. Energy gets exchanged. You go in a discussion. There, you indulge into wrong thing. Energy gets wasted. Then you watch television. Whatever you watch, that will have again influence on your thought process. Then what you read, where you sleep, every activity, you have to be careful. Plug those holes and have sattvic food. Then your will become so strong that it will be equivalent to God's will. It appears very simple, or Swami is just trying to avoid. But from that moment, put into practice whatever Bhagwan said, it really has helped me a lot. So, 24/7, you don't have to do japa. Once you are convinced that He is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, then you'll never forget. Throughout His physical interactions, many a times He used to remind, or rather give incidences, how He knows everything, how He is present everywhere. So, even, can I give one small experience? Once Swami asked me that, when is your exam? My exam? Then I understood. Swami meant my subject, when are you conducting the exam? So it was a Sunday. Next day, it was production management exam. I had set the question paper. Internal examination means is a regular one, not the final end semester. So I said, Swamiji, tomorrow, what subject? Swami, production management. What's a production? I said, Swami, it's a projection of the mind. What is role of production? Now, Swami had given input on the production management. Many times he used to come and give lectures on management aspect. He would ask Vice Chancellor Register, Vice Chancellor, what topic, what subject do you want me to speak for MBA boys? So he used to come and ask. So now, on production management, Swami had given that there are 5 life breaths as in life, so also in industry, that the production, collection, connection, protection, and direction. These 5 life breaths are like individual life. For an industry, these are very important. If you take care of that, you become the best production management. But production is most important. So Swami, by asking me questions in front of students sitting, and tomorrow, mind you, they have the examination, I started smiling. And whatever, not that Swami was conducting my test, because he asked me, when is your exam? Okay, but I was smiling for something else. Then good, darshan got over. It was a Sunday morning. I told boys, you're lucky. They don't understand, because some boys, they thought that we have examination and Swami interrupted and we were reading the notes and we had to pay attention because Swami was talking and all. Next day morning, 9 o'clock, a paper was to be, was to start. The prayer was over. Still few minutes were there. I distributed the answer books and looked at the clock. Still 4-5 minutes were there. I distributed the question papers also. And to create the good mood of the students, I said, boys, with Swami, not even a moment goes waste. Yesterday, Swami was talking to you about what is the production and all these things, whatever discussion. Very first question, out of 50 marks, 25 marks question is that what are the 5 life breaths of the industry and how by implementing Swami's teaching you can be ideal production manager. Start, man, enjoy. So some of the boys, those who paid attention, they were very happy. Examination was over and evening we went and Swami said, how was the examination? I said, Swami, good. How have the boys done? I said, Swami, very good. He said, how do you know? You corrected all the papers? I said, no, Swami, boys are telling, and that's very good. He said, see how he teaches the communication skills. You must give the reply, boys are telling that they have done well. And I have yet to correct the papers, assess them, and then I'll come to know. Okay? Then Swami said, in front of others, he finished the interview and came, Bhagya chor, Bhagya chor, Bhagya chor. I was smiling and, Are bhai, kya chori kiya maine? So he came and he said, today you leaked the question paper. I said, Swami, in my mind I said, Are yaar, you had leaked the question yesterday and you are blaming me. Then he said, non-verbal communication, he is Antaryami. You tell me, how did I leak the paper? You tell me, when? I never did that. He said, hey, before the bell was given 9 o'clock, you already gave them the question. Huh? That means, technically, I leaked the paper 2 minutes earlier, 5 minutes earlier. So, he's never wrong. But what he wanted to show is omnipresence, omniscience. And he said, I know, I know. Then he was also laughing. He said, you had given second question as alternative to first question, that Swamiji has given definition of a manager. Taking that as the definition, you show, if you follow those instructions, then also you become ideal production manager. Nay? I said, yes, Swami. Did you send the question paper to me? I said, no, Swami. I know everything, sir. Where am I? I'm everywhere. So that is his way to guide us. If we remember, now after such incidents, I can go on narrating such incidents. Really, you get scared in the sense that, he is listening everything. He knows everything, every moment, for everyone. So, how can you ever forget him? For instance, I was told as a child, hey, you are a boy, huh? Don't go, if at all my father or brother would take me to the restroom. Hey, don't go on this side. That is for ladies' side. This is gents' side. You are a boy. You should go there. Few times you are corrected and you are convinced, yes, I'm a male member. All my thoughts, words and action will be in tune with that I am a male member. Even if somebody comes and tells me, hey Bhagia, after 2 years you are going to deliver a baby. I say, you fool, don't joke. And impossible. I can tell him impossible, because that is impossible. But all the time, do I have to remember that I am a male member? It is ingrained in every thought, word and deed. Similarly, once I am convinced what Sai Baba is, I'll never make a mistake. Even though I don't have to remind, hey, Swami is there, Swami is there. Moment you utter something, hey, your conscience will tell you, I'm listening. But if I ignore my conscience, then it will go on, become weaker and weaker. Okay, I think I took longer for this question.
No, that's okay. So we are now at the 7:30 hour. I don't know if we want to continue. If you have...
if there are a few questions which are particularly spiritual...
yes, there are. I mean, like I said, we are halfway there, only questions-wise. But
at least...
if you have some time, Arjun Bhai, and you all have some time to talk more. The question is, how you call him, what type of... Is that your question? Okay. So he says, how to call him, what type of intensity one should have to pray to him. So that's a question.
See, the intensity has to be either him or nothing. Meaning, I'll give a small example which will give you the answer directly. Ramakrishna Paramahansa and Swami Vivekananda, they had this type of interaction before Vivekananda accepted Ramakrishna as a guru. Then he asked him, do you see God? He said, yes, I talk to God like I'm talking to you. Why am I not able to see? Then what he did, he caught hold of Vivekananda's neck, and he had some pot of water, and he forced his head into the water. And he, mind you, these spiritual masters, they have a lot of physical power as well. So just a side thing, many young boys, they come and try with Swami pushing this way and boys pushing this way. 1, 2, 5 boys also, they cannot change Swami's direction. Then boys tell, Swami, you are divine. He say, hey, no, it's a purity. You also can do that. Oh, come back to the story. The Ramakrishna Paramahansa forced his head into the water. He was suffocating. Please, serve me, serve me. Then he released him, told him, do you have yearning to see God as you have yearning to breathe now? That is the point. Do I consider that's the only alternative to me now? Lord, accepting you, there's nobody. Just like a Gajinder elephant story, I don't have to repeat. Unless otherwise inherently, unknowingly, subconsciously, okay, doesn't matter, I'll tell somebody, I'll do this, I have money, if need arises, okay, I'll throw money and get the things done. I have some alternatives in my back of mind. No other plan. Lord, you and you alone. Then see, why will he not? I'm ready. Either you help me or I'm no more. Don't commit suicide. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. Have that yearning, have that conviction, and surrender. When you surrender, you have to Accept whatever he does. Wait. Wait. You can't say, I did now, next moment. Draupadi, we are talking about Draupadi now. Are we pure like Draupadi? And then we blame God. God, you listen to Draupadi, you are not listening to me. Are, have I behaved? Have I conducted my life even 1% like Draupadi? So, ball is always in our court. God is never wrong. Whatever he does is good. Even if I pray sincerely also, if he doesn't do, how do you know that by not fulfilling my desire is better than he fulfills and I miss something better? So, once you accept, then surrender, accept, trust him that whatever he is doing is right and accept whatever happens. Okay, sir. Next. Yes. No, let's not waste time in...
So let me ask one more question here.
Yeah. No,
so
but... sorry. I thought that we are giving opportunity to another gentleman sitting here. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So let me repeat the question.
Please,
so the question is that, there is one way to do is doing namasmarana, japam of God. That's one way to, attain him, right? Sadhana. The other one is to internally evaluate. Prabhakar, if I'm right, please let me know. So do you do both, or do you do one, or do you converge them at some point? That's a question.
Shall I tell one story? It will answer all your questions. Interactions. Because I believe rather than giving you this is answer straight, I can finish the question in few seconds. But I would share one story that will probably give you more insight. After I joined, Swamiji asked me, please don't take it as a self-praising or it's a sin of the highest order. But there's a smaller group, I don't mind sharing the personal interactions with Bhagwan. Once Swamiji asked me, what's your name? I said, Swamiji Bhagia, after he had appointed me. I'll briefly cover the side part. Then he said, what's the meaning? I was thinking that in college they used to tease me, Bhagya. Bhagya means Bhagya, gone. Then Swami is Antaryami. He said, listen, Bhagyam. So he twisted from Bhagya to Bhagyam. And Swami, good luck. Good luck. He said, good luck or bad luck? Swamiji, when I'm with you, it's good luck. He said, good luck. I'm in you, around you, above you, below you. So good luck. Very good. I thought, somebody has given me better meaning of my Bhagya. Again, after a few days, he said, what's your name? I said, Swamiji Bhagya. I was wondering, but there must be something. He knows everything, but he's asking, let me see. He said, what's the meaning? I said, Swami, good luck. He said, listen carefully. Bhagya. Then Swami had given discourse earlier. Bha he had described as bhakti. So I said, Swami, Bha means bhakti. Gya, before I said that Gaya, then he said, Gya means Jnana. Wow, Swami, you are enriching my name. Bhakti and Gyan. He said, now here comes the answers. He said, Bhakti and Gyan. Bhakti will reinforce Jnana. Jnana will reinforce Bhakti. Okay? So that means both are required. When he had put me on path of self-inquiry, that is Jnana, I thought now it may not be necessary to go and attend bhajans or namasmarana, it may not be required. So, okay, he gave me, both are required. One will reinforce other. Again, after several months, he asked me, what's your name? Swamiji Bhagya. What's the meaning of Bhagya? Swami, Bhakti and Gyan. He said, see, Bhakti and Gyan, they are like two banks of the river. What is the aim of the river? To reach the ocean, merge in the ocean. Will river with the banks, an empty river, reach the ocean? You need water, isn't it? To flow in the river. Yes, Swami. He said, that water flow is karma. So you need all the three. Then he showed me like this clock. wall clock. He said, see, there are seconds hand, minutes hand, hours hand. Seconds hand is like a karma. Go on doing good karma, good karma. 60 such good karmas will move the minutes hand by 1 digit. That means that is bhakti. Bhakti will improve. 60 such good digits of bhakti will move the hands, clock hand, hours hand by 1 digit. That is jnana. All 3 are required. No point of time I can be lazy. I know what is abidance in self. I don't care what it does. No. Every moment of my life, wherever opportunity, or now that bhakti jnana, jnana is that everything is self, can I even in dream think of ignoring the form? I am a highest fool on earth if I do that. Nothing to be forgotten, nothing to be ignored. Automatically it will be balanced. You will do the right thing. So in the few seconds answer would have given you, but I said I will share the story that all 3 are required. You cannot stop any one of them. It's just like a clock. Swami said, if you stop seconds hand, will the clock move? Or if you stop minutes hand, will it clock move? It will not progress. Okay. Yes, sir.
The path. So my question is, those who are in self-inquiry path, so as we are used to the Namasmarana, it comes automatically, right? So when you conscious about that, when I heard about you and that Namasmarana coming, then it's coming, I should remember the self, the I, and how to balance that, or what you suggest from your experience, personal experience.
I'm not allowing you to elaborate more on the question because it's already 7:40. See, when he puts us on a particular path, our duty to spend all our energy and time on that path so that I learn. And gradually he kept on guiding me. This was in 1989, which he told me. And the other 3 paths, the interaction about Bhagya was earlier than that. Now, he had put me right in 87 path of self-inquiry. So I had thought that now self-inquiry, bhajans I need not attend. He corrected. Then bhajans, okay, I will go and sit. I need not search for seva activity. Again he corrected me. Now path of self-inquiry, as you rightly say, mind, when we are doing Namasumran, whether you do it or, effort, you put efforts or not, my breathing used to be Sai, Ram, Sai, Ram, Sai, Ram. Now, for the self-inquiry, if you allow the mind to dwell on name, you can't go beyond mind. So, at that time, for me alone, it was an obstacle. And I was not able to overcome the obstacle. Then he scolded me because I was thinking that, oh Lord, from 87 onwards, you put me on a path of self-inquiry. I'm not doing any Namasumran. I wasted 2.5 years. And again now, in a group, to all the teachers, you are telling them, Kali age, only Namasumran, Hari Nam is the only path. Then why did you waste my time? There he gave me reaction. For you, I have put you on a path of self-inquiry. Be strict. If he was ready, if you were really angry with me, then at the end of the talk, discourse, Swami came, he was distributing prasadam to all the participants. And one boy was bringing a basket of mangoes, and Swami he used to enjoy, make us catch. That also has a spiritual significance. So when my turn came, boy who was carrying the basket gave one mango to Swami, whatever he could pick up from the top. Swami put it back. I said, oh, today Swami is angry with me, even mango. Now getting mango from the Guru is a significance. That is, he is giving you fruit of your sadhana. So I say, oh, that's gone today. But next moment, he searched the biggest mango from the basket, so big that I had to hold my both hands to receive that mango. He said, He gave me, and he pressed my head. He said, take namaskar. Again, everybody surprised. He got scolding, and now he's getting the best prasadam, and also Swami is giving namaskar. Now, in the night, or after that, I kept on contemplating what happened. There, Swami gave me the answer. I have given you the path. You finish that path. After you have seen or succeeded in that, then you will be able to see all other paths. Just like Ramakrishna Paramahansa, beautifully, although he was in a Bhakti Marg, he said that, or somebody, Naren, there's Vivekananda, asked Lord or Swamiji, how are you able to guide others, those who are on other paths? He said, when you reach the peak of the mountain, you can see all the paths reaching to a peak. Whichever path he is, I can tell, hey, there is an obstacle here, divert here, do this. So, while as a trainee, while on a path, a sadhaka, it was his duty to allow me to focus only on one. After that, there's no difference. In fact, it's like a karma marg, bhakti marg, jnana marg. They are like three passengers, or three types of passengers sitting in the train. You know the train is going to Puttaparthi, particular destination, and depending upon my whatever I can afford maybe the third class train ticket, somebody second class with air condition, somebody first class with air condition. Some people didn't get the reservation. Last moment they jumped into the train buying the ticket. Now, all of them, depending upon what ticket they have purchased based on our own karma, whatever resources I had, so I get the seat over there. I may be in a great difficulty, but if I don't leave the train in between these stations, I'm sure whether I'm unreserved, reserved, with the AC or without AC or first class, the train is going to reach the goal, destination. All three are equal. Do anything. When you do karma or namasmaran, go on doing namasmaran, you'll lose yourself. That is what the jnana is. Nothing is isolation. Please don't misunderstand. They are not watertight compartments. Many of us, we get lost, confused, and reading books and listening to so many talks here and there. It's up to the individual. Having got the original thing, Lord Himself, whose answers are ultimate, nobody can challenge. Even if challenges, He will prove Himself to be a fool. Why not we follow Him? Whatever path He has indicated. This is my suggestions to all the sadhakas, sincere, serious sadhaka. Yes, sir. If there's
Swami is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. Swami knows everything. If we have a major problem in life, do we tell Him? That is the question.
Very good. Again, it depends upon my level of maturity of devotion to God. If I am convinced that He is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, I don't have to tell Him anything. May I tell again the story rather than emphasizing? This is the answer. Answer is what?
No,
but
please.
If you want to...
Experience is always good.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. See, so many incidents Bhagwan had given with his students and with us, that is always present everywhere. So, one such small story I can share. One student, he wanted to tell Swami that father is not well, Swami. Then he wanted to give a letter. Then finally he succeeded. He actually played tricks also. His turn was over, but again that was one day. Another day he went and tried to sit in the front, but boys were not allowing him. So in the meantime music was started, and when the music starts, you have to be wherever you are. In the meantime, the they used to make a rangoli for Swami, some leaves, flowers and things like that and colors. So he saw few leaves, green leaves and some flower were, because of the wind, they were misplaced or displaced. So he got up to decorate back. And in the meantime, music started. So he told the front guys, he took an opportunity, hey, allow me to adjust, man, Swami is coming. So he said, now, Swami came, finished the interview, darshan, lady side, gent side, and came close to the students. Boy wanted to give letter to Swami. Then Swami, before taking letter, where were you? You were seated there. You came here. I know. And then Swami, he said, okay. Before even reading the letter, Swami said, okay, bring your father. Swami, but it is month of November and birthday time, and how can my father will be uncomfortable to come for darshan. Swami said, did I tell you to bring him for darshan? I told you to bring him to Puttaparthi. Okay? It was done. And then father was made to sit on a black bench near water cooler, those who are familiar with the geography of darshan ground. And 1 week he came and sat there. Every time boy would get up because he expected that Swami will give them an interview. Swami ignored him totally. The day father left in the morning, that evening, that afternoon, darshan time, Swami came, hey, where's your father? He started crying, Swami, every day I've been telling you, today only morning my father went away and now you are asking. He said, I know, Ra. Your father was sitting there near the water cooler, isn't it? Every day I was looking at him. Don't worry. I know he has a problem. Don't worry. So after a few days, boy comes running, wrote a letter to Bhagwan. He wanted to give a letter. And Swami told him what? Swami, my father told me over phone also, and he asked me to give this letter to you, that after going from here, he went there, and such a very disease which no doctor could cure, he went to doctor for checkup, and doctor said, are you the same patient? All these reports which you have brought, are they yours or somebody else's? No, doctor, I'm the same patient. He said, what did you do? Nothing. Where did you go? I went to Sai Baba. Oh. So Swami had cured all the problems without telling him, without telling boy. And now boy wanted to thank Swami. So Swami is giving, he proved that he is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. Now, connecting that also, initially when I came, I used to write a letter, even setting a question paper. First I will give a copy to Bhagwan before giving it to the boys, because I may set a very hard paper and boys may not be able to answer. So Swami can always tell me that this is right, this is not good. After correcting marks also, before giving to the students, I would give the results to Bhagwan. Once or twice Swami took it. Very same year, I was giving him now the question paper to be given to the university. There Swami said, I know everything, sir. So that means keep it with you. Fine, I understood. From that day onwards, I never gave a letter to Swami. Few years later, we had a new dispensary, as in the introduction was mentioned, that dispensary where homeopathy is served to the students. So they had made me in charge of that. And boys, they decorated because a new setup was made. And boys, 20 boys were working with the dispensary. And boys said that we are writing letter to Bhagwan and handing over to the warden. Warden will give to Swami, so that Swami, when he comes on a Christmas day, he will visit this also. Sir, how about this idea? I said, idea is very good. Once Swami enters the dispensary, whatever I give, even the plain globules, it will work, because Swami has entered. So I also encourage them to. Then they said, sir, you also write a letter to Swami. I said, no, I don't write letters to Swami. Please, sir. I said, if you force me, I'll take an envelope, put a plain paper, and give it to you if it satisfies you. Then, sir, please, sir. I said, okay, if you're forcing me. I closed my eyes and I told them that I've already written a letter to Swami and he has acknowledged it. So they understood that I'm not going to give physical letter. Okay, those 20 letters Warden took to Swamiji in his room and requesting or praying to Swami visit the new dispensary also. So moment he got up to give, oh, how many places you want me to visit? What have you brought? 21 letters. That Pagal Bhagia is also writing a letter. So Warden came and told, then boys got the answer, that the only letter who recognized, which was recognized as Bhagia, Pagal Bhagia has written. So that means, coming back to this, you have to have that conviction comes gradually. Now, initially, till I have no conviction, it's better to pray to him. Once you know that he is aware of everything, not cheating, that if my things don't happen according to my favor, then oh, I should have written a letter. Not the dilemma and debating within mind. Firm conviction means, okay, Swami knows. Even when once my daughter was not well, we had taken her to hospital, and the whole night we were struggling with the doctor also was brought, and early morning 5 o'clock it was eased out, or rather better. Then we came home, doctor also went, and Swamiji used to come early morning 6:15, 6:30. So I just had a wash and went for a darshan, and when I sat there, straight Swami came, how's your daughter? Swami, with your grace, now she's much better, she's comfortable, very happy. Swami created vibhuti and gave it. Then after darshan, this gentleman, doctor, very senior doctor, and decades with Swami, he said, hey Bhagia, when did you write a letter to Bhagwan? I said, I was with you, and in fact took more time for us to come back. But when did you write? I said, I have not written a letter. But then how did Swami come and ask you about your daughter? I said, doctor, you are asking this question. Does he need to be told? He is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. So if you have conviction, he'll reflect. If you don't have conviction, then we have to grow mature on this path. I think I answered the question?
Yes.
Good.
So we have one more question, because just before 8 o'clock we try to squeeze it in.
Yes, sir.
So you have mentioned, this is from one of our students here, you have mentioned how Swami gives points for our interaction, the karma point, +1, -1, so on. How does Swami allot or give these points? It's based on anger, ego, pride, seva, etc. That's the question.
I think question itself gives the answer. It will be negative. Meaning, if I show anger and people are quietened, then I get negative, -1. If I am angry and somebody reflects on that and shows me, and I realize, yes, hey, somebody is noticing my anger, then I get 0. My anger gets nullified. But if I'm angry and somebody applying butter on me, praises me, and I feel very happy about it, -2. Similarly, coming back to the good points, if I, in an organization, selflessly, I see somebody suffering, be it the whatever grade, the lower grade, the high grade human being, after all, he is a human being. So if it is in my capacity, and I can think of something, help him, tell him, suggest something to him, and go and tell him, and somebody else recognizes it, he says, Bhagia, you did a wonderful thing. 0, bank balance 0. But nobody notices, quietly I helped, and it is a good help to the one individual, then I get +1. But if I help someone, and on the contrary, instead of praising me, they are not keeping, keeping quiet. On the contrary, they blame me. Last year you did this and that, and now you are showing that you are a good man in this. So still I keep quiet. Oh Lord, yes, last year's harm still is felt in the minds of the, please help them, I'm so sorry. Then I keep quiet, I keep quiet and accept it, I get +2. Is that enough practical experience how this formula works? Every moment we get this formula. Yeah? Okay. Any further question on question?
So one more question if you have time, or
yeah, okay.
Okay, this is, have you asked Swami, or has Swami told you why there are wars?
This is actually ignorance. Because I think that so long I feel that I am different from others, and my thinking and others' thinking is not matching. So all the comparison, anger, jealousy, ego, envy, that leads to misunderstanding. And if I don't deal with love, this is the result. The solution to all is love. Very easily said, but those who are at a very high position, they have to have that type of sense of doership. And they think that they are doing everything, whatever they do is right, others are fools. Inherently, they may have their personal axe to grind, that I will rule the whole world, or I will show that I am the best king. King in the sense, whatever may be the positions. So this is all ego, identifying myself with the body and the mind complex, that all these things start. That is on the spiritual ladder. I don't know, I don't want to judge or give them any remarks, but they have to still climb quite high spiritually. It's a lack of spiritual input. That's the reason Bhagwan has started not only the colleges and schools, but the Bal Vikas classes and things like that, where good input is given. Individual has to be transformed. When individual is transformed, then there will be peace in the family, understanding the family. When understanding the family, each family, there will be peace in the country. When there is peace in the country, the whole nation, whole world will be at ease, at harmony. Harmony, peace, and it starts with the individual. It always starts with the Sai. Sai tells you everything. S-A-I. How to do that? Seva. Then go on doing seva. S, then I, illumination, seva and jnana. And S-A, the seva, duration, that is bhakti, gives you the illumination. Then how do I start? It is to be started with IAS. You start individual. Then associates around you will also seeing you setting a good example. They'll get good inspiration. Then S, the society. So Sai and IAS. SAI, IAS. This gives you the solution. It's a very easily formula. Nobody will accept just like that. But only when their karma get worked out, they get a lot of ups and downs in the life. And that is the reason Lord has created this world where all of us, this is not the first time we have taken the human birth. Maybe how many millions of births we have gone through. And now we should be grateful to Bhagwan that he has given us some input where we could be free. You can't change the world. Because inherently design in the creation is based on that duality. You can bring a change in yourself. And by setting a good example, some people around you will be influenced. To think that I will do this, I will change this, I will bring this, it is ignorance. Expressing your ignorance. He is a creator. He knows what is he doing. Whatever he is doing is for our good, not only me alone, for totality. When these tussles take place earlier, we have a lot of stories that the whole ocean was churned and muck came, or poison came out first, then finally amritam. This is going on, churning is going on. So, so long as I have not involved myself in wrong things, using my all discrimination, using his omnipresence, omniscience, omnipotence, and following his guidelines, I am free. Tomorrow, anybody accuses me, Swami in himself appears physically also, Swami, to the best of my ability, I have followed my conscience. Beyond that, because of the association, if I have to go through some punishment, okay, it's inevitable. But otherwise, I am at peace. So this is the approach which is not meant for, supposing diamonds you try and sell to the artificial jewelry people. They say, this is a good glass, it has a good cuts. But the diamond merchant will know, oh my gosh, its value is so high. So we have been given diamonds. And to throw the diamonds, if you ask me to go and talk to the top of 10 countries and they'll kick me out. They will not listen. Why should they? Because it is not meant for them. We are talking about this type of interaction. In the lower one, even the children, our Balvika's children, have better understanding than some of them so-called, because they have to work out their karma. So I wouldn't indulge in what to do and why it is so. Everything is for my good. What I have to do as an individual, that is in my purview. I can't change the world. I change myself. I hope it's a very broad answer.
Sure.
Which will.
So I will just wrap up with one last question of my own,
Sir.
Which is that, you know, I'm looking at all the questions coming in, and we are still probably another 2-3 hours worth of questions, answers we have. So my question to you is, sir, you know, you are one of the few resources at this point for us with Swami in terms of contacts. You know, we used to have that with Professor Anil Kumar Garu, whom we recently lost as well. So all these questions, and a lot of them are very good questions, and it'll probably stay in my conscious if I don't give it back to you. So how do I convey this to you in the future? Are you accepting questions? Is there a forum? Because Professor Anil Kumar Garu had a forum where we could reach out and give him questions and he would answer that based on his experience. Do you have something like that? Is there anywhere we can reach out?
I don't have any other way because I have been always of the opinion when the one-on-one we interact, not only the answer to the question, as I said, that question can be answered technically so easily, but when you listen to the question, give the answer, on that answer there may be some there are a little more questions, that is more fruitful than simply here the 10 questions, here are 10 answers. That's just like a key in an examination, questions and answers. This is my view, but some people, like I have with full reverence, I say that Professor Anil Kumar, there are so many groups used to come in his house. You people may not know. Even though he was not well, he used to entertain, even till few days prior, end of March also, he had a few group entertained in his house. So he did his best.
Right.
The best person, because primarily heart was very pure. And he didn't care about what opinion people had about him. And, but he kept on sharing, because this wealth which Bhagwan has given is not for the individual. Swami said that darshan what we have, to each one whom the darshan is given, more will be not expected, demanded. Yesterday, Dr. Joe told me that, yes, Arjun, I'm talking to you. Dr. Joe, he wore a phone when you gave me. He told me that good that you have come. There's so many people. I said, no, it's our duty. Lord has given, and then we should share. He said, yes, in definition of darshan, Swami has said, no, that more to those whom more is given, more is expected. I said, no, sir, not expected, demanded. Because Lord has given so much, now we cannot say, sorry, I don't want to do. But I feel, at least my way of thinking is that this type of interaction, physical, personal, it's better than just giving over phone. Or yesterday somebody was telling, why don't we Zoom? So I said, yeah, you are bringing technology, and even on the spirituality also, you want to relax and get the answer. Is this the use of technology? Yeah? At least walk sometime. Come. If you really are yearning to get answer, put efforts, man. More things are made easy, more lazy we become, spiritually and emotionally. And this is my way. Please don't take it another way. I have not yet got any means that you keep on sending question and I go on sitting and or the Zoom or anything I answer.
No, what I was thinking was, I mean, I have some suggestions for people too.
Yeah, please.
That
yeah,
some
I'm
of the
open
students,
to suggestions. Yes.
Some of the students from Prashanti,
Yes, sir.
they could, you don't have to be the person. They can take the questions and they can have like a YouTube these days. I saw most of your talks on YouTube, and so I know a lot about your experiences, and they're so profound. So maybe we should continue that process. Maybe we can have some of the Swami students arrange to have like a weekly talk with you, which they can record, and then we can for posterity. Because one of the experience I had, my own personal experience, was that when I went once to Prashanti, one of the people who were cleaning the dishes in the back of the South Indian canteen, this lady, she was telling me that, all these ladies we are sitting here, we are all old people. We had so much fantastic experiences with Swami, but nobody will ever know that. We hear people coming on the speeches, coming from foreign countries. What they're talking is probably 10% of what we have seen. And unfortunately, there's nobody to capture that information. So you are one such resource, sir. So we don't want to lose that resource. So if you can, we'll try to arrange for some students from Prashanti to have like a weekly talk with you, and we can record that and present it, because you have wealth of experience. A lot of it's so moving to me, so personally.
My immediate response will be, first of all, it involves some formalities.
Correct.
Which have to be
yes, I'm aware of it.
Consent.
Yes, yes.
That is one part. Another part is, even these ladies which you're telling, those who are going for seva, they are going for seva, not sitting at home and getting the answers.
Yes.
So, believe me, when I have, during the COVID, more than 2 years, we were teaching or video or online. Useless. Not even 10% of the input I could give it to the students. Some student, they just switch off and go away. Some, even when you're talking about my videos, you see it is your sincerity. You can always get it anywhere, whether Bhagya or no Bhagya. Then, but your sincerity counts. Whereas the talks were meant for, I don't bother about to whom you are sending now these talks. I'm interested in whatever in front of me, if I could share. I'm not giving to, now it will go to all over world, globally, and whole world will get transformed with my talks. Nonsense. So, if I, these days we have such a good facility. Believe me, just imagine when Swami took us in his closer folds, even to find one discourse on self-inquiry, I had to go through some 50, 100 discourses where, as Swami mentioned, go in the recorded, written books and things like that. When you put efforts and you get it, that goes straight in my heart. Rather than this question, theek hai yaar. Bhagya said this, A said this, B, X, Y, Z, he said this. So, okay. And these are all cranks. Yaar. A says this and B said that. Your different process starts in the mind. Unless, again, I admit, exceptions are always there. Even little bit hint, because they are on a point where one spark is enough to bring their divinity out. Then they will not wait for your arrangements, sir. Sure. They already will proceed one way or other. It will reach them. There's a dearth of the seekers, not the givers. There are so many people all over the world. They are giving so many good talks. You think that Bhagia is the only one? Who cares? But there are 100 times, 1,000 times better than these talks. But if I'm not well prepared, if I'm not matured, if I don't have that desire, it will mean nothing to me. So some efforts are required. Swami, for instance, some small answer I gave Swami, that Swami, why do I forget that you are omnipresent, omniscient? He would have said that, oh, your food is not good, do that. Will it ever satisfy? That first pricked me. Hey, you think that you're better than Vasishtha? So if I compare my ego, that's right, man. They were such great sages. They also made a mistake. Who am I? Okay, I can also make a mistake. Over, finished. Your spark, gone. But then I said, no, I'm not comparing this. So he wants to see how intense the desire or yearning or is there in my mind. Then he gives little. So value comes when I put efforts.
Sure.
This is my way of looking at things. Right in the beginning, Radio Sai, when started, they used to, no, you give a talk. I said, no, I'm not interested. Because just by giving talk, people will be lazy while eating or while having, even the bhajans, they started like that in Mumbai. All bhajans. You are eating your dinner and bhajans are going on. Oh, your turn has come, you participate there. Okay, again. What happened? Is this, you are making mockery of spirituality? The spiritual path is meant for heroes, not cowards. Face everything, whatever comes. Here we change our colors immediately. Somebody doesn't like, okay, occasionally I drink. That's all right. Hey, what type of a devotee you are? Follow the master. Face the devils. Fight till end. Finish the game. So I have a different opinion on this. But if somebody, even if few people or his students come, for instance, I'm going little one step. Sanjay comes and he talks to me. He puts a question. I give him the answer. It may not be his question. That is the way we are imagining now. It's not his question. I give an answer. Same answer. The person who has raised the question, he said, "Arey yaar, you should have asked na. You are not completed this." Again, Sanjay has to come here and come back to Bharti. This is, I feel, it's not. But still, if I'm forced by some authorities, and ultimately the Lord from within, he clicks and he said, do this, I am nowhere. I mean, I'm ready to do anything for Lord.
Thank you, sir. With that note, I think we will wrap today's question and answer sessions, interactive. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. Thank you. So now I'd like to invite Dr. Hanumantrao Andolu, who is one of the trustees of the center, to give a vote of thanks. Sairam.
Sir Amal, let's all first thank Swami for giving us one of the best speakers that we have in Bharti today. I think it's probably not an exaggeration if I say that Dr. Bhagia is probably the only professor in all of universities in India probably or in the world that has affected so many students' lives, both in his subject as well as spiritually. I think that's not at all an exaggeration, and we thank you for that, sir. Although I was not a student of yours directly, I have been very much influenced by your answers and questions. Answers to the questions and much of your talks in the past that I've heard. Thank you so very much again. Let's all thank him and Mrs. Bhagia for making this time, despite their busy schedule in the last few months, and have been with us this afternoon for almost 2 hours and more. I also would like to thank all of you for having been here. And it's such a pleasure to have you all at Sarva Dharma. Last but not the least, I would love to invite the wonderful couple here today. Every year, at least once, since we have 3 seasons which are really good for people from India to come and spend with us. Please make it possible for you to come every year at least once, and we'd be very, very, very happy with that.
It's not in my hand. He's there. We are,
of course,
placing our prayers to him.
Right.
He arranges. Who are we? We are just
that's exactly
puppets in his hand.
Correct.
He can arrange. Why 3 times in a year? Much more also.
Very good. Wonderful. Swami, please, you heard him, and so we would like you to please send him to us as frequently as possible. Thank you, sir.
I am very grateful to all of you, and believe me, in a lighter side, every day I have a session on awareness class. Today has been a very good awareness, good students of awareness, not just join the postgraduate courses, but who have seen the life, and I got an opportunity to share whatever Swami has given. It's not my thought, nothing is mine. He has given, and I'm just reflecting. I'm so happy the last couple of hours we are in a bliss recalling his interaction. Thank you, Swami, and thank you, all of you.
And thank you, Arjun Bhai and family, for bringing them here this evening despite the busy schedule. Thank you. I now request Sanjay Ghandakota to please come and felicitate Dr. Bhagia. It's our little gift of love from us for your wonderful participation here and taking the time and giving us the benefit of your presence. And I request Mrs. Rajalakshmi, our friend here, to please felicitate Mrs. Bhagia.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Sathya Sai Hare Bhakta Jana Sumrajit Bhakta Jana Samrajit Bhakti Maheshwara Om Jaya Jagadish Hare Sashivadana
Babaji ki